In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smile. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Grand rising. Good morning, people. This is your girl Reese, aka the best that ever did it, aka you know who it is already. All right, before we get into the show and say good morning to everybody on the panel, I want to talk about this book right here, Shades of Blue by A.M. Morning. It's a very good book and it makes a very great stocking stuffer. If you haven't already got it, get it on hardback, softback, digital, and audio. Yes. It's on all of these different platforms. Alrighty. And don't forget your Molly Moss Sea Moss. Sea Moss does the body good. Sea Moss got 92 vitamins and minerals that your body actually needs. It promotes good health, good gut health, good immune system health, just good all around health. Period. Okie dokie. Let's get right into the show. Let's say good morning to the panel. They beat me here today, y'all. So I know it's going to be a good show, Monday Madness, and I got some stuff to gripe about. Woo! Let's see who's here with me this morning. Let's get it. Good morning, people. We got Beast. Good morning,
Good
Beast.
morning. Good morning. How y'all doing? My beautiful daughter. You put me back the stage. All right. My beautiful daughter just brought me breakfast. It's a great day today. Of course, you know. I'm wearing my Let Me Finish t-shirt.
Yeah.
Got it in. You know, all I gotta do is wait, let Brenda start throwing that hammer around. Next thing you know, that shirt got here ASAPity sap. So, you know, I appreciate that. I got my shirt. I'll be wearing it tonight on Dad Mentality when we go live tonight at 7:00. Make sure y'all watch it tonight. Check us out, follow us. We're gonna have another great Morning Mac panelist on tonight. We'll have Philip Page on tonight talking about Street Line and violence and of course his comedy and everything that he does. So that we're gonna have a great time tonight. I'm excited, and make sure you get your shirt just like I did. So.
Okay, and who we got next on the panel? Good morning. Good morning, Damien. Damien,
what's up, y'all?
Good morning, Damien Seaman.
How y'all doing?
We
it's a little cold in Missouri, so I'm kidding. It ain't that cold. I'm just being a wimp.
Okay. Well, tell us how
it's good to see you, and I hope that you saw that we put it out there on my page, Shades of Blue Audible, and I think you've got a few people that are very, very interested because I told them you got to do it. You got to fucking read it.
So did you enjoy the book? I'm assuming you got it and you read it. What was your favorite chapter, or give them a little bit of what do you remember about the book?
Well, because I got the audio version. You know, I got to wear glasses and shit, and that'd take me like years to read a damn book anymore. But the first part is just the introduction, where you're setting the stage for how the whole book's going to go. I gave me goosebumps when I was reading the preface. Yeah, that was my favorite part. The very, very beginning, where you're actually setting the stage, so to speak, on what's going to happen throughout the book.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll come back and ask Connie to see if she listened to it, because I know you're gonna let.
I don't think she has, but that's all right. But she will. I'll make her listen to it.
Don't make nobody do nothing.
No, but I mean, I don't want. If we meet you face to face, I mean, I don't want you to be all pissed off. What the fuck, Connie? You didn't read my book?
I'm not like that. That's not me. I just want the feedback. I just wanted to know what the people think that read it, and all that good stuff. No worries, no problem.
She's not a stage performer, and she's not an attention whore, and she's not as narcissistic as I am. But she's always the one in the background that's picking shit up when I drop shit.
Okay, who's next? David Green. Is my man David on the scene?
Hey, what's up? Hey, I want to give Damien props. That was a smooth way of saying he only read the first page.
Okay, thank you.
What's your favorite part of the book?
Right,
the beginning.
That's my favorite part.
When I seen
index, I read
it was a cold winter night.
It was a cold.
It gave me chills, and I said that was page 1.
Yeah, the preface.
Hey, it's all
that
good.
Was smooth. Hey, that was smooth. That was real smooth. That was real smooth.
So what's going on, Funny Man Green?
Nothing much. I still got my daughter. They're out of school, teachers conference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Still got my daughter. She's
So she a handful. Is she upstairs watching the Apollo? Daddy, that's all you watch is the Apollo. She upstairs.
Yeah. She gave me the business about that, so I had to stop watching that.
But no, she just gave you to watch something else. So what you got her watching now?
Well, right now I'm watching First Date.
I think Apollo would be better than.
I told her, she said, all you doing is watch sports. I said, well, I need to know what to do for my parlay so I can get you some shoes or something.
And she was like, keep on watching. I'm going upstairs watching Apollo. All right. That's cool. That's cool beans. Who's the next? Who's up next? We got
Lee.
Lee.
Yeah. What up, people? How's everybody doing?
Hey, everything is everything.
Everything is everything.
And I'm glad I got the full panel here today. Well, most of you guys here, because I got a question, that is perplexing me.
You forgot Brenda.
Where Brenda? Hey, Brenda. Did y'all ever watch Deputy Dog? Y'all remember that cartoon?
Oh, yeah.
I remember that back in the day. Yeah.
And Vance was the one that couldn't see. And just
Yeah.
I feel like Vance. I was like, what the? So y'all see me squinching my eyes or it look like my eyes closed? Because they probably are.
Put my glasses back on. Okay, now I see out there. You're good. You're good, girl. You're good. Man, that looks good.
Brenda Brown, where you at, Brenda Brown? Good morning. Is she still sleeping?
She was here a minute ago.
Yeah, I know. I heard her voice a minute ago. Let me finish. Let you wake your butt up. Say good morning. Good morning. Which she probably doing something else. We're going to school right on. I hope you guys had a good weekend. My weekend was very interesting. Okay, let me cut straight to the fat of things. Do anybody know why we tip?
Do we know why we tip?
Why we tip? Right.
Gratitude.
Right.
To ensure prompt service. To ensure prompt service. That's what a tips is. To ensure prompt service.
That's what it's supposed to be. Do anybody know where it came from when it started and all that stuff?
Constantine.
It was during the medieval time, and it was because the people in the tavern wanted to give an additional money. It's just like, now, But when you have to pay gratuity, if you're paying 18% gratuity, 18%, are you required or should you leave another tip?
I think it's based on the performance of the server, but I also know this being a bartender, and I've been in the restaurant game for, off and on many years. When I was broke, I always went back to that. But what I do know is that servers and bartenders, they get paid less than minimum wage. Like they get paid like $2 or $3 an hour. So they live on their tips. They live on them.
Well,
now minimum wage. Now the servers get paid minimum wage. Now, with that being said, your server getting paid.
No, they don't. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. They don't.
It's per state, bruh. It's per state. Minimum wage is different for every state and every company.
Servers and bartenders always get paid on a fraction of what the minimum wage is because they are getting paid in tips. Like we were having the discussion about going to McDonald's and would you, throw some money on, for a worker there? No, you wouldn't necessarily do that. But if you went down to a 5-star restaurant and you're getting all the accoutrement, at the end of that, I mean, they're going to expect 18 to 20%, even if their service sucks.
Well, here it's 15%.
Here they get minimum wage. So the particular restaurant I was at, or the eatery I was at, the waitress makes $15 an hour. She makes the minimum wage, but also in there was an 18% gratuity. No,
was it an automatic gratuity?
Was that? They put it in there. They put it in there. Now I'm thinking, okay, you got the automatic gratuity. First of all, your server is making minimum wage. Gratuity used to be to bring them up to minimum wage because the server used to make a few dollars an hour, and with your tip and gratuity, it brings them up to what would have been a minimum wage status.
Right. Yep.
Now they're starting off at a minimum wage status. What you need my 18% for, and then plus on top of that, I gave you a tip. So, and I believe that 18% should be upfront to let them know, hey, we have an 18% gratuity here. So you know that if you tip your waiter and they get the gratuity, you tipping them twice right along with their $15 an hour check. You don't want to do all that. You done gave them almost half your bill. What you ordered.
Okay, now let me give you another situation, Althea. When I go out and I got 8 of my grandkids sitting there bitching, moaning, spilling shit.
Different. Gratuities, I thought was on more than if you just one by yourself. I thought gratuity was added when you have 4 or more, but you just one person by yourself, and they're adding the 18% on gratuity right along with your regular salary, minimum wage, and then you turn around and give another tip. Is that price gouging?
I don't think so because if you're by yourself, that's like $20, $25 by yourself, your soda, your cocktails, whatever. You're really not spending a whole lot of money on the tip. You're just helping out the person that served you.
So Reese,
It was a $51 bill. It was a $51 bill, and I didn't know the gratuity was already added in there. And I gave the waitress another 18%, another 20%
awesome.
Change. Well, Reese, I don't think you're correct because waitress and waiters are still being paid at a minimum rate. Now I don't know if this restaurant is paying them $15 an hour, but in Maryland,
that's what minimum wage is.
No. There's a minimum wage and then there's a tipped minimum wage. There's 2 minimum wages. So in Maryland, I just looked it up because this was really new to me. And I'm in the restaurant business, and so as of January 1st, 2024, in the state of Maryland, the minimum wage is $15 previous to the rate of $13.25. Tipped employees, the rate is $363.
Told you.
So tip, because even bartenders and which costs, they don't make the minimum wage because they're considered tipped employees. And it's
Correct.
and as of what I'm reading right now in Maryland, as of
It's the law.
January 1st, 2024, unless something changed from January to now, which is possible, but I don't think so because it should have said something about that. Tip employees still make $363. Now,
You're right.
if that it is possible that that restaurant is doing something different, but I don't know. I've never heard of that in the industry here, Maryland, and I work Maryland, DC, and I've
Tipped
never
employees
heard
get
of.
paid a bare minimum.
Now, if it's a fast casual restaurant, that's different. Like a fast casual restaurant is one where you go up to the front, you order, you sit down, and then they bring the food out to you. That's different because that person is considered a cashier that's just running food. It's not considered a waitress. A lot of those places ask for tips also. Now that's different, but if it's a full-scale restaurant with a bar and everything like that, those are tipped employees. They are not regular employees. The waitress and the bartenders are not making $15 an hour.
But this particular one was, so I don't know if she hostess. Do hostess and waitress have the same title?
No, actually, the hostess gets tipped out from the waiters and bartenders and your bus boys. They all get tipped out from your tips. Every bus boy, every hostess, if you got a maitre d', they rely on all the waiters and waitresses and bartenders make a lot of money so they can tip them out.
Your bus boys are hourly person too, right?
No, they're also on a tip basis.
No, if they steal the tips.
Well,
right,
because
they do is all of these are hourly employees. The bus boys, the dishwasher, the hostess, and all of that.
Barbacks, all of them. Barbacks, they get a wage and they get tipped out by the bartender.
There you go, Lee. Yep.
But typically their tip
but we're looking at
is sales driven, not driven. So
but what she's looking at is you buy the meal. Okay, you buying a meal, just a scenario. You're buying a meal. Automatically, they're taking 18%. But though you gonna that's already added into your bill. These are already on these little tablets that they give you.
Yeah.
You sign in, you say yes, but then it'll say when the money come out, it'll show that they took gratuity out when you already maybe have given them $10. I've done this myself.
Yeah,
And I'll be like, no, I gave them cash. You have here in Alexandria, you have a 15%, 20%, 30, 50, straight up. I mean, whatever it is, you get to push on that, but it's already a gratuity already added in at 3%.
Well, this was 18% added in there with the gratuity. I was like, how the hell you already want to add the 18% gratuity on there and then look for a tip?
Well, the gratuity is a suggestion. You don't have to pay that. You can absolutely refuse.
You can actually deny the gratuity.
The gratuity, they said, well, I didn't have no choice but to pay the gratuity.
Bullshit.
Gratuity is not cash.
That's what I'm trying
to show you the paper with the.
I call bullshit.
Wait, let me show you the receipt.
No, it's on there, but you can 100% refuse to pay it. You don't have to pay it.
And you know what? He's exactly right, Althea. You can go right up to the counter and say, take that gratuity off. My service sucks.
Tipping cash, and they said that it's already added in your meal. So I gave her my tip in cash, and they took 18% off. I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, and they were saying that it's like that they don't change the gratuity. That's why I was like, well, then why didn't you tell me up front that there was going to be an 18% gratuity added to my meal?
It's not their responsibility. It's your responsibility when you sign the receipt. Look at your receipt.
No. What I'm saying, when they hand you the receipt, it's already factored in there, just like tax.
You're still allowed to refuse it, Alfan. You're allowed to refuse the gratuity. You're allowed to refuse it. Tell them to get you another receipt. I'm not paying the gratuity. Just tell them that. It's totally legal.
You do not have to pay the gratuity. You can absolutely refuse to pay it.
I put down 0 where it says tip. I put down 0, and I'll write down Gabe cash tip, and keep a copy for myself.
Yeah.
Write down the total, and that's it. When I get my receipt and I see they took up gratuity, I call the establishment and tell them, you take that off.
I was right there when I said, what is this? After I got my phone, I said, damn, this is high. But I didn't get nothing. I said, but this is a high bill. And I was like, what did I get? So I'm looking over there. I said, well, what is this $8.39 for? What is this? That was 18% gratuity. They said that automatically comes in. So
it's automatically put on there, but you don't have to pay it.
I'm saying, but that should be written in on the menu when you order. They should tell you this. What she's saying is they should tell you this when you order.
Right. They absolutely should, but they didn't. So you have to tell them to take it off, or either pay it and don't add another tip.
Well, I'll just tell y'all this. My wife Connie, if they give her extra saltine crackers and some ketchup packets, she's throwing down another 5. Trust.
It's not the point about being, because I do believe in paying for your services. I don't like to be ganked like that. I don't like to be, I feel like I'm giving you.
Then you got to be educated. Then you have to be educated.
It
didn't used to add the gratuity on the bill. That's why we gave the tip.
No.
That's my first time hearing this.
That's why
they blame that on black people, right?
I don't know about that, Lee, but we'll go ahead and keep it moving to the point that yes, that is something that they do now because it's already so even the systems, even the new systems today, like when you get your new POS system, which is a thing that they ring up on and stuff like that, they automatically the restaurant has the choice whether or not to automatically put the gratuity on every bill. Now what happens is that a lot of people are moving to that way because everything is more automated now. So they don't want you to have to think, or they don't want you to have to or they catch you slipping and you do exactly what you did. Either way, that's good for the server and good for the waitress in the eyes of the business. Now, in your eyes and your aspect, I see what you're saying, but we're going to get to the point where you're not even going to have a server. That you're going to have your own thing sitting there, your own you ringing your own food. At some restaurants, you do that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
They're still going to tax your ass. And they're still going to tax
100%. Yeah, and they're still going to tax you.
The servers still bring you the food. The servers still bring it until they get the robots, and you don't tip a robot.
Bullshit. That shit's still going to be on there. I've been to restaurants where there's robots and it brings it out there, but the server takes it off the robot and put it on your. What it does is it enables the server to be able to handle more tables. So like back in the day when I used to work restaurants and things like that, like a server couldn't have no more than like 4 or 5 tables. Now with this, they can have 10. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not bringing out the food. They're not taking the order. The only thing they're doing is making sure that you are satisfied with water and all that kind of stuff. And that once the food gets there on the robot, they take it off. So they're able, which means that the employer can employ less people. So therefore, let's say a 150 table restaurant only needs 15 servers when before it might have needed 30. You know what I'm saying? So therefore they're making their money off of that. So
that's why I like those.
I'll eat at home. I don't want no robot juice. I don't want no robot juice on my food.
That's always an option, Lee.
But robot, I trust a robot more than I would a human not washing their hands or putting their hair in the food or whatever.
They're still touching your food. I mean, somebody put that food on the robots in the robots trays. And
absolutely, I'll eat it home.
Somebody is going to take it out too.
I ain't got to worry about the server's thumb in my soup or my mashed potatoes and then they take their thumb out, like, it's good. I ain't got to worry about
Hey, look, I've been working in restaurants for many, many, many years, and there's only one time I've ever seen a server do that, and I got in a fight with that server because people don't like that shit. Yeah, nah, people don't like that shit, man. I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because look at it this way: even when you working, you know, when you working, there's a lot of pride in what people are doing, and when you get that one person that doesn't have pride, you know what I'm saying? Trust me. It's still a lot of pride. Come on. I'm in the restaurants all the time. These chefs, these people, they take a lot of pride in what they're doing. You think these guys don't, they want you to have the best experience possible. You know what I'm saying? Things happen in a restaurant, but ain't nobody back there. Look, I'm gonna tell you this. You gotta be retarded to work in a restaurant. And I mean retarded in the fact that
there's some comments on
I get to them. Look, can I finish? Let me finish.
There you go. Yes.
Let me finish. But I work with these guys in the restaurant business every day. They take a lot of pride in what they do. They're not out here trying to give you a bad experience, this, that, and the other. Things happen. People call out. They're understaffed. They're not well managed, or whatever the case may be. That stuff happens. But when you get back in that kitchen and that person that is busting his ass to make these meals for you, to make these things for you, they have a lot of pride in what they're doing, and they're not out here putting their fingers in your food and all that bullshit. I've been in restaurants for years, and that shit never happens. Nobody is deliberately trying to fuck up your food.
Look at here, man. I'm gonna tell you a scenario. I watched this fry cook. This had to be about 20 years ago. You know how he would know his grease was really hot? Even though he had a gauge down there that told him. This motherfucker would spit in the grease to see if it was hot enough. If it cooked his spit, then he would throw his chicken and fries in there. So I mean, behind the scenes, what you see and what I've seen, and I've worked in restaurants too.
I'm waiting.
I just told you.
Get to your point. You talked about something 20 years ago. He'd be fired instantly nowadays. Nowadays, he'd be fired instantly, and they wouldn't even question it. They fire him so quick and change the grease. That shit ain't real. Where was you eating? Where was you eating?
He took his job very seriously, and he made sure that the food was cooked at the proper temperature, but it was done in not a sanitary way. So some people do things differently, and we accept it. I just didn't.
Accepted it. You shouldn't have accepted it when you saw him. You should have said something to him.
I just said I did not accept it. Now him getting fired, I don't know. I reported what I saw.
Yeah, okay. I'm not saying that there's not anomalies, but I'm saying for the most part, they out here. There's nobody spitting in the fucking grease. For the most part. You know what I'm saying? Could it be somebody there? Yeah, maybe.
Well, I can say this. There's been times where I've gone out with my crew, or I've gone out with my wife, and we're sitting down, and there's a waitress, and I like to have conversations with the servers. You know, I try to make them laugh. I'm still a fucking comedian, no matter what I'm doing. And there's been times where I found out that I could see tears in her eyes that she, is just struggling like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is upon me as the customer to decide what the amount of tip is. And twice it's happened where I just put down 5 $100 bills and said, "Do you go pay your rent, sis? Okay, don't you worry about nothing. This is a random act of kindness." That's a tip.
All right, you want to go through the comments? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Step Daddy. I'll go through the comments.
$500 tip. My tip would be, it's raining outside. Here's the umbrella. I'm not doing no 500.
All right, Louisville said Grand Rising.
Lee, wait a minute, Lee. If you waited on me and you were my server, I mean, I tip more than 20% because I know you're going to be coming with some shit when you come to the table.
Well, the waitress got more than that I tipped, because I tipped the 20%, and then she got 18, so she got a total of what, 38%? Yeah.
Molly said gratuity is added to the bill because people don't always tip. But
Exactly.
you don't have to tip all. You don't have to tip at all, or ask them to take the gratuity off. Molly also said I pay.
I didn't know. I thought that was like tax. So I was just
No.
like, okay. And then the girl was like, "You want me to get?" I said, "No, baby, you keep that." I said, "You just make sure they give you your gratuity off this bill."
All right. Well, can I go through the rest of them?
Yes.
Thank you. All right. Let me finish. I pay.
You're taking it to another level.
I'm joking. It's a joke. I'm sorry. You
Let
okay?
me finish.
Reese, I love you. I'm joking.
I love you
Okay.
too. Go ahead.
Now can I finish?
Yes, I'll let you finish.
That's a new term.
Molly
Now
said
can I
I pay both if the service is good. But if I'll just pay the gratuity. I don't know. He said he pay both. But anyway, read all the bill before you paying it. People don't tip like they should, so that's
true.
So it helps. What else? Where was that? So it helps. When I open my sports bar, I'ma need you, beast. Okay, that was Molly. My best advice to you, Molly, is don't open a sports bar. Don't open a bar at all. A restaurant is the worst way to make money. But anyway, Kenneth Clark said home cooked food always good. Kenneth also said the only restaurant I don't like is Golden Corral. Their food makes me go to the toilet. Amongst what I saw, what they did when I worked as a hostess. So he said, don't go to Golden Corral. We need them on board. We will give them top pay. I don't know who that is. We need them on the board, I guess. But anyway, yeah. So, well, I forgot what I was getting ready to say now too, but it's all good. But yeah, Golden Corral. Hey, you gotta remember where you're eating too. So Golden Corral is just like a food trough. I don't know.
Golden Corral in North Carolina is very different than the one.
It's like an Asian buffet. It's like an Asian buffet. You go to the buffet, you get sat down. Some Asian comes over and gives you a water or a Pepsi or whatever. But I guarantee you, they don't expect tips. No, they expect you to go pay the damn bill at the counter.
Golden Corral, they expect you to tip.
Service is different and the food tastes different. So
we got somebody new just joining there.
Hey, Mont. Well, Lamont.
Lamont just joined in.
That's your bow.
Lamont.
That's your bow. That's Lamont. That's the one you were trying to hit on. Oh, I love it. Lamont, welcome back home. Welcome back.
What's up?
Hey,
Lamont.
Hey, what's up, girl? Hey, I just want to let you know, technically, I'm at work, so I might have to dip. It's like, no offense, though. It's just, I still need a job, so that's how it is. But, yeah, you have to tip at Golden Corral. They bring you your drinks. So, I mean, you don't have to tip anywhere, but they want to. I didn't hear the beginning of the story. What happened?
Gratuity versus tip. When I went out, just a party of one, me, and when the bill came, they had the gratuity on there. I didn't gave my waitress 20%. I tipped her nicely. Boom. And then I looked on my bill. I'm like, this is too much. This is how come it's this much? And then when I looked at the bill, they had the 18% gratuity already on there. And I'm like, why is it 18% already on there? Plus the taxes. And then plus I'm like, what is, And when
All right, so hold on though. What kind of restaurant was this? Was there like a head waiter, like a wine chief, and like a hostess or host? Was it like a 7-course meal?
The host was my waitress. But nobody in there, so the host sat me down and she waited on me. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, you got hustled. You just got hustled. That's what that is. Like usually it's for parties of 8 or more where they, they'll just add the tip. So yeah, she just hustled you. But if you were happy with her,
it was the manager, because I asked the manager, because it wasn't my server. It was the establishment that did that. And I said, I thought it was on parties of more than 4 or more. And it was like, oh no, it's across the board. And I was like, oh, okay. But
yeah, that's a choice. That's a choice. You put that in the credit card machine. Like that's not like an automatic.
It was an automatic, just like the tax.
No, they put gratuity on everybody's bill. Every bill has gratuity already added on it. That's
what I'm saying is you put that in the credit card machine. I used to program those things. Like Like for some reason, I still know the password for Hypercoms is 0 alpha 1 alpha 0 alpha 4361570 alpha, and that'll get you to like the back door of like all Hypercom terminals. I don't know why.
Hey, Lamont, what about Verifone and Schlumberger?
Verifone is often 4 zeros unless they change the password.
I used to sell that equipment.
Oh, wait, whoa. Good morning, Lamont Cranston, first of all. And second of all, don't be telling people how to break into stuff. Do you know how bad scammers are? How hard I have to fight to keep them away from my Facebook account just so I can log in and talk to y'all?
Here's the thing. They have to physically be at the credit card terminal to do that. You can't do it remotely. Like to hack a terminal remotely, you have to have like you have to have modem access. It's the whole thing.
Yeah, don't tell them what they need to have, please.
Trust me, they already know. If they're like me, they already know.
Good morning, y'all.
Get him, Lamont.
He's
Get
like,
him, Lamont.
to detonate the bomb, you're gonna need and 9 pounds of and
It's on YouTube already.
Hey, did you ever watch Barry? Did any of you guys watch Barry, that show on HBO?
No.
Oh, so he's an assassin. Anyway, there's an episode where he buys a bomb online to blow somebody up, and he can't get it to work, so he calls technical support, and there's like a bomb technical support line. It's hilarious.
I wonder if there really is a bomb technical support line.
Probably.
Look, that's old and new. MacGyver wouldn't have needed a technical support line because MacGyver knew how to do everything with a piece of chewing gum and a chewing gum foil.
And a writer room with engineering degrees. That helped too.
MacGyver uses foreskin. MacGyver would use his foreskin. I can fix this.
But back to the question at hand. She gets $15 an hour plus the 18% gratuity plus the 20% tip. So I'm just like, I just didn't know. I didn't know no better.
I stick by last night's comment. You have to do something extraordinary for my tip. There's no I'm just gonna give it to you. So the 18% gratuity that they just stuck on my bill, I'd be like, no, ma'am, you're gonna just take that off. Well, no, we can't. It come. Let me see the manager. You're
That's
going
what
to
the manager told me. So it's the manager that's getting over. Because like Lamont said, they programmed that in there. Why are they programming that in there?
Because they can.
Well, generally, it's the corporation that does it.
Sound like price gouging to me.
Yeah, that's
I
the
wonder,
corporate.
will they give her money?
Yeah, they give her her money.
Yeah.
The waitress, right?
Yeah. She gets the gratuity. Yeah, they give her the money.
Although what some restaurants do, they'll have what's called a tip jar situation where they take all the gratuities and then distribute them like evenly through everybody, which I didn't like. Like I've never been a waiter, but I've worked in restaurants before, and I always thought that was like a ripoff.
Yeah, they no longer do that anymore.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's against they can't do that anymore.
Okay,
Now,
I hadn't worked in a restaurant in a while.
Do they take the gratuity and split it amongst all of them? Or do it go to her?
They can't do that anymore. They cannot take the gratuity and split it amongst all the people working there. Because some lady just got finished. They've been suing restaurants because some basketball player came in there and tipped some enormous amount, and the manager said that he was going to tip it amongst everybody. She sued him. Pretty sure it was a Waffle House or some shit like that. You don't want to do that. That's stupid.
Oh, it had to be a Waffle House.
Yeah. It was but you can't.
So
you can do it, but you shouldn't.
Molly asked a question. He said, "How much do y'all tip?" So let's start with
20%.
How much do you tip?
Okay, it depends. Usually, I'll tip 20%. Like if she's just if the person, well, I said she, it could be a he. If they're really incompetent, I might give them 15%. Or if they're really good, I'll just, depending on how good they are, I guess there's not really a limit to how much I could tip them. But usually 20%. By the way, if we have time, there have been times when I've accidentally made servers cry. So if not now, but if you want to hear those stories later, let me know.
Yeah, we want to hear the story.
Well, let everybody else answer first. I'll tell you later. Or I mean, after
Okay,
Okay,
Teddy
Blue.
Bear Green.
That is so
How
cute.
much-
You keep calling it Boo. That
Well,
is so cute out there.
Molly plays that episode from Sauce in the City where he said, I had to go with my boo, I'll see ya. Y'all don't remember that all last week? Molly was throwing that up.
I did.
Okay, so David, Funny Man Green's not there. How about you, Damien? How much do you tip?
I always tip 20% no matter what. I mean, that's kind of like a standard of mine because I know what it is when I've been a server or a bartender, and I give someone excellent service, and then they give me a lot, and then there's people that just fucking bitch and fucking moan about everything, and then they fucking don't even pay their check. So I mean, I do 20% across the board. And if they do exceptionally, like Lamont said, if they do exceptionally well, there's no limit to how much I'm going to tip because I know you're working.
Beast, how much do you usually tip?
20% is usually my minimum because I've been in the business. I was a waiter, I was a bartender, I was all that kind of stuff. But what I do if I have exceptional business is an exceptional waiter or waitress, I ask them for a table or two. Like usually it's me and my wife. And I've done this on several occasions where I had that great service. I'll go, what was your best tip of the night for a table or two? And they'll tell me. They'll be like $50 or whatever the case may be. And whatever that number is, I go over it. And I said, now I just want you to know we were your best table for tonight. And that was it. Just something to make,
Okay.
Is that a pissing competition?
I'm sorry?
Is that a pissing competition?
No,
I'm number one. No, you're number one.
But you know what? People remember that. When you say you have that conversation, you remember when I go back to those restaurants, I've had servers snatch me.
Be high-fiving you when you're walking in the door.
The joint. They be like, come on, oh no, I got him.
Yeah, I got you, bro. I got you, bro.
You wanna make them fight over you, Beast. Like in the place.
I mean, that's not often, but it does happen. Like when that place I suggested to you, I've done that there several times because that place always has great service. I've never had bad service there.
Yeah,
and
we left them a good tip too.
Yeah,
okay.
Hey, but I will tell you this: it always feels good in respect to what he was saying. It always feels good when you walk in and people recognize you and they're like, "Oh, I got him. He's my turn." Yeah, and that's what happens when you go above and beyond that 18% or whatever, and you're out there to entertain your wife, your family, your friends. When they see you come up, they're like, "Oh shit, there's Damien. Yeah, he's gonna be making it rain."
Now, the restaurant that Beast sent me to was way better than the restaurant that charged this built-in gratuity, and they didn't even have the built-in gratuity.
Okay, stepdaddy presidential candidate. How much do you generally tip?
Depending on how much they overpour.
What?
Say again.
It depends on how much they overpour.
Overpour. That's what I thought you said.
Okay. Overpour on the alcohol. Okay, got it. Depending on how good they do. Lamont, no, you don't have audio issues.
And you can't be in a private chat, please.
I thought that was in the private chat.
Yeah, don't be in the private chat.
No, he do. He giving echo. Lamont is giving echo.
He is giving echo?
Is
Lamont
he? Mute your mic, Lamont. Let's see.
It go away anytime he's muted.
Check one.
Okay. So yeah, play with the setting buttons. There's
just leave out and come back in. It might work.
No, don't leave out. Just hit the settings and go in and mess with the little mic buttons.
It says audio.
Yeah, I was trying to do that for him. It wasn't working.
Sometimes he has to leave and come back in.
It works better on his side when he does it for himself. So stepdaddy said, depending on how much they overpour. Phil Page, how much do you usually tip?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I ain't good at math, so it's like I don't know if it's 10%, 5%, 20%. whatever I feel like or whatever I have in my pocket. I might throw a 20 down. I might throw a 5 down. I might throw a 10 down. I've had people say you didn't tip enough. Like I'm with somebody say that's not enough, or I might have somebody say that's too much. So
Well, the
you know,
gratuity is automatically added in, so you just
really,
give
That's not all restaurants, Reese. That's not everyone.
yeah, right.
okay.
Yeah, so I ain't gonna sit here and say it's 10%, 20%. I mean, I try to be fair, but I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like it's gonna always be 10 or 20%, or whatever it is. You know. So
Absolutely correct.
That works. Let's see if Funny Man Green is on screen. Are you there, Funny Man?
David.
All right. Nope. He's not there.
Okay. Before
So
I
I'll give
answer,
my
Brenda,
answer.
go ahead. You go.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so the way I see it is when I go in, I have an amount in my head that I want to spend. Now, if they give me the service and the meal under that, then they get what's left over. So just for instance, if I go to Starbucks and I say, okay, Brenda, you want to spend $20, and I get my coffee and I get my little egg bites, and they say, oh, Brenda, you have some points that you could use. So that took $5 off the meal. Okay. So if my meal is like $11, then I tip the rest because I already had it in my head what I wanted to spend. Now on the other side of that, if they be like, you got to give us $1 for the chocolate, $1 for the coffee, $1 for this, $1 for that. Well, and then my order comes up to $19.99. Guess who ain't getting a tip? So it all depends on them. I'm not paying for basic service. That's what your base pay is for the basic service and you to be there.
Wow. Okay, if I'm in a restaurant and I go and I'm sitting down for a meal, it start off with 20%. But how bad your service is, I'm deducting. Like if I gotta ask for clean silverware, deductions. If I gotta ask for napkins, deductions. If I gotta ask for you to come to get your attention, for you to come see me, take my order or whatever, deductions. And if it's too long, you come
Deductions.
to me, I'm leaving.
Did I get stuck on the screen somehow?
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I could dig it. I'm taking my 15 seconds of fame up here. But because I want Althea to be on the screen when it's her turn to say how much she pays. But I stick by my comment that I made last night on the recap episode of Sauce in the City Super Comedy Game Show. I'm not tipping you to do regular stuff.
See, that upsets me because what if you have a waitress that suck ass, major ass, and they took out already the 18% gratuity? Then I got to get the manager to come up. Excuse me, take this 18% gratuity off because your waitress was only worth $2.
Yeah.
No, here's what I would do if they were that
you
nasty
should.
to you, Althea. If they were that nasty to you, Althea, here's what I'd do. I'd get up and I would not pay anything. And I would make everyone know in that restaurant that this person is unacceptable, and I'd shame them, and I would not pay a fucking
Hold on.
You can't eat the food. You can't eat the steak and then want to throw it back and say it was medium well. You can't do that. Can't do that, Damon. You know, can't refuse to pay the bill.
Good morning, Kenneth Clark. He says it varies. Put that back up there. It varies for me. It might be 5% or 10%. Rescue Restaurant Bar teaches you a lot.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Anybody
show.
watch that show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, with John Tapper.
But you absolutely should say that to the manager, because a lot of the times, and I'm just being honest with you, a lot of the times it is management's fault, because they placed the server with too many tables. They have a kitchen staff that is not prepared for the business. They have all these things. There's a lot of things that isn't the server's fault at all. Like, they could be trying their best, but if they're trying their best, and it's the manager's job to know how much that server can handle. Here's one thing, that philosophy I teach people all the time is that I'd rather put people on weight than to seat people in a restaurant that I can't serve them correctly. That's something I learned at TGI Fridays. We would close off sections and not seat people and be like, we can only seat 45 tables in the restaurant right now. And that's all we would see. Even if there was open tables, this, that, and other, we would not see. We'll put you on a wait because we knew that the restaurant, we could not handle a higher capacity than that. And that's part of management. But the thing about it is, if you come into my restaurant and we tell you it's a 25-minute wait and you decide to leave, you still don't have a bad experience. But if you come into the restaurant and I sit you and we don't get to you for 20, 25 minutes because we can't handle it, then you're pissed off and you're mad. So it was always our philosophy to tell you that we can't seat you. You got to wait until we help that server be able to handle it. But that's part of management. That is not the server's fault. The management should be aware of that and know what they're doing.
Also, Althea, I'd like for you to know that the whole 18% doesn't go to the server. It goes to like the cook, the lot.
No,
you know,
it don't go to cooks. It goes to the hostess, the bar backs, and the food runners. If you have
there
those.
you go.
I thought you just said that they can't do that. I thought you said that they just couldn't separate the money like that.
No, you have to tip out your
No.
You have to tip out your tips.
The tip out. Hold on. Let me say something, Damien, please. Okay. The tip out is not based on your tips. The tip out is based on your sales. So you have to tip out 2% of your sales to the bar back and 1% to the bartender usually. That the tip out is based on your sales. It don't matter how much the person gave you in tips.
Yeah,
if you sold $500 worth of food, you had to tip $10 to your bar back and $5 to your bartender.
That's 100% correct. 100%
And
correct.
that's in the gratuity.
So the tip out or the gratuity, which one? Because they different, right?
That's different from where I come from in the bar.
The gratuity is sales based too. That's 18% of your sales. That's what you call. So 3% of that usually goes to someone else. That's why they made it 8%. So that way the server usually gets 15%. So because usually it's 2% to the bar back, or the bar back is not the bar back, but the food runner or the person cleaning the tables usually gets 2%. Yeah, or and the bartender usually gets 1%. That's when I was managing restaurants. That's
now,
what it was.
What if you all of that? What if you are the server, the hostess, and the person that got to clean up the table?
Then you keep all that. But that's a poorly ran restaurant. If that is what it is, then that's a poorly ran restaurant. And you don't need to be eating it anyway.
Okay. Hey, let me ask this then, because am I up? Can I ask this question?
Yes, you can, sir.
Hurry up.
I got a friend that owns 2 restaurants. He's an Indian guy. And we went out to dinner. And he was like, we went to a different restaurant than the ones he owns. He said that he was not going to tip there because, like Indian restaurants and a lot of foreign restaurants, the tip does not go to the people that work. The tip goes to the owner, and the owner decides whether he wants to give them the money or not. Have you guys ever?
That would be illegal. But the other thing is that if it's an Indian restaurant, and let's say that, and I'm just being honest, a lot of these restaurants that are Indian, this, that, and the other, a lot of the people that work there are family or immigrants or something like that. That they could be taking advantage of that person. Now, it also could be that we're dealing with that other aspect where the person is paying. Now, I'm just giving the best case scenario here. Typically, is that the people work there or whatever. But the best case scenario is that he's paying them full. The best case scenario is he's paying them the full $15, and then that becomes a point where he can keep the gratuity.
That's right.
Okay, so
that's not usual.
As a server and a bartender, I want to ask everyone on the panel this question, including you out there. As a server and a bartender, has anyone ever waited on a comedian or a Canadian?
Before you answer that question, let me get some clarity from Beast. So, are you saying that because they give them minimum wage, they pay them minimum wage, they get to keep their gratuity? Did you just say that?
Yep, that's what he said.
Here's what I would say. I would not work for a person who does that. That's the best advice I got for you. But there are grimy people out there that do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's not done. I'm saying that if you go to a restaurant and you find out that's happening, to me, that's not the place that you should be patronizing, because whoever that owner is really stealing from his employees. That's really.
But you wouldn't know that behind the scenes though.
No, you wouldn't.
You wouldn't know that's going on. But he knew it because I was trying to say he was probably doing it. So.
But
if you go to a place, if you go to a place regularly, the staff will tell you if something's messed up.
The service will tell you. Because the person that ain't getting the gratuity is going to give you bad service because they got nothing to lose. Like you know what I'm saying? That the service will tell you.
That's why I don't like gratuity. I'd rather give them their money in their hand. And I don't
That's so would I. I'd rather put the money in their hand.
Put the money in their hand.
That's why I tip in cash. I don't tip in credit.
Yeah, but that's so few and far between in my experience. Like you know, like I said, I for my job I visit restaurants every day, you know, all the time, and that's so few and far between where you have that happening. It's not every restaurant. You know what I'm saying? That's that to me, especially in DC. That's somewhere in DC that shit ain't happening because people are educated. Unless, like you said, he's hiring his own family and shit like that, which he can take advantage of him, or immigrants.
Right.
Most people are educated. Like the regular restaurant that you're going to DC that's going to be upscale, or you know, a nice restaurant ran by a nice group. That shit ain't happening. That is not. That's not even in there. They would fire people if they found out that things like that were happening in there. Which you know, so.
Hey, as a bartender in Fort Myers Beach that got decimated and they're going to get decimated again by another hurricane that's coming, Milton. I can tell you this: as a bartender, when I tipped out, you know, my support staff, whether it be a bar back, a busboy, or a food runner, and I gave them their percentage. When the shift was over, my best part was when we went to the bar next door and they bought all my drinks. That's getting tipped twice. Just saying. That's a restaurant business.
Okay.
So that was my Monday Madness. That was my disgruntled thing that I went into a restaurant. I paid gratuity and I tipped. I feel like I got double ganked because I didn't know. Now that I know, before I signed the receipt, I would look over it and I would go through it and I would let them know to take the gratuity off because I'm giving my waitress $15 in their hand.
Right. You can do
but
that.
I thought for gratuity if they add it in, it gotta be a certain amount of people.
That's what I thought, but I was told no. I got my receipt from
anybody.
me.
I thought it was a group too.
Let's get something straight. A restaurant is a privately owned business. They can do whatever. They can put whatever the fuck they want on there. They can put a service charge. They can make up shit and put it on there if they want to. You don't gotta pay it. But it's a privately owned business. You gotta understand that it's their rules. Each restaurant can make their own rules. No, there's no standard. You know what I'm saying? There's no standard. So because it is a publicly owned business, just like people get that idea that they can't kick you out or whatever the case may be. They absolutely can. A restaurant can choose who they want to serve, just like when you see it say no shirt, no shoes, no service. That shows you right there that they can choose who they want to serve. They don't have to serve you just because you walk into it. It is a public business but privately owned. They can absolutely kick you out. They can absolutely tell you that they can't serve you. Just like if you come in there already drunk, they can choose not to give you more alcohol. So don't think at any given time that restaurants are not privately owned businesses that can do whatever the fuck they want. They can do it. Don't mean you got to pay it.
And when it comes to alcohol in Florida, bro, when it comes to alcohol, as a bartender, you have to know if you see someone who's inebriated and you serve them, holy crap! I mean, you can actually go to jail as a bartender.
In Maryland, it's the same way. 100%. I've seen bartenders go to jail.
Wow,
really?
Yeah. TGI Fridays, hell yeah. And shit.
25-year-old Tamlin Yoder is still in disbelief that she lost her job over a takeout order.
I'm mad, yes, because I am a hard worker, a dedicated worker. I've been doing the service industry for 10 years. It's what I love to do.
A local church ordered $735 worth of food that she had to prepare.
25 steaks, 25 potatoes, 25 chickens.
When people from the church came to pick up the food, Tamlin loaded all the entrees into the car. Then church members left her high and dry with no tip.
I was super mad. I was angry, because that's such a large order and we have to take so much out of our time. It took almost an hour to put everything together.
So she went on social media expressing her frustration on Facebook. The church quickly became aware of the situation and called the restaurant to make things right. The next day, when Tamlin showed up for work, she got a pink slip. In disbelief, Tamlin's mother posted on social media the chain of events, and the story has reached all corners of the country. And now, Tamlin hopes people realize that for so many people, every penny counts.
As takeout, we still make server minimum wage. We are making $5 an hour, and that's not even 2 gallons of gas.
So other servers are not left with no gratuity.
I want them to understand what it's like as a server or in this industry, because we do work hard.
That's great for the ones who don't tip. But when you are a good tipper, it's like it's 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. Because if you are a good tipper and you always tip and look out for your server, then you get thrown a gratuity on top of that. You're like, wait a minute, I'm already doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Why are you trying to throw this up in the game? And like Lisa them said, they don't even get that when you do it on the card. When you
they get that. If you do it on the card, they get that money.
Yep.
Okay, but they like it in their hand. Because I asked them.
Now, as a bartender in Fort Myers, Florida, there's one thing that I always had to recognize. I never knew who my customers were because it's such a tourist town. What I did know is that I would take the spread. There was going to be people that won't tip, and there's going to be people who are going to tip me fat. So I just had to work my shift and go through it as a server or a bartender. And whatever happened at the end of the day, that's what happened. But I never complained about my tips because that's how I paid rent.
Okay.
I didn't care who tipped me well or who tipped me shitty. I mean, I really didn't care. I counted my money at the end of the day. That's what bartenders and servers do. They don't give a fuck.
So, Damien, you trying to tell me if a party of 100 people came in and you served them all for a whole hour and they left you with nothing, you would be satisfied? Is that what you're telling me?
I would not be satisfied, and their windshields would be broken out, and I would be stabbing their fucking tires. I don't care what fucking church they go to. I mean, I would be so fucking salty you see me go to jail. And I got mugshots. I'm worth it.
Why did they fire her, Beast? I mean, by somebody's
because she put the church's name, she put her business name and the church's name in the post.
Yep.
She had made that post without
do it?
She added no, they said she did it, then her mother explained the whole thing. But when she put at and put that church on there and it's highlighted like that, it goes directly to that church on their Facebook, things like that. And
what part of it was what part of anything she wrote was a lie?
A tip is not once again is not something that a person has to do. They don't have to do it. And when you put
why didn't that Outback Steakhouse? Why didn't that one particular Outback Steakhouse put the automatic gratuity like Althea got?
Because it was a carry-out order. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh.
They said it was a takeout order, so they didn't sit in there and eat. They just came and picked the food up. That was it.
Yes.
They didn't sit in
Takeout
there
order
and
for
eat.
100 people. What?
Well, I don't know how many people it was, but I mean, shit, either or.
Right
I mean,
there on the video, 100 people.
They didn't say 100 people. That was Lee's number. She just threw out.
It said $730. So that's at a steak restaurant. That's probably 20 something a person. So that's probably between 25 and 35.
Said 25. She said 25 steaks, 25 chickens. So
Okay.
that could be anywhere for whatever. But I mean, let's go back to what it was. It was a takeout order. They did not tip, which is their discretion. And then she blasted them and her business on Facebook.
Social media.
She got fired. 100% got fired. Here's the other thing y'all got to realize, that when you work for someone, just like I work for someone, I cannot post about my job on there at all. They will fire me too.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because when I'm working there, I'm a representative of that business. They can fire me for shit I ain't done, even if I'm gone. Like I'm not even at work or whatever, and they can still fire me 100%. Yeah, shit, especially if
that's just like as a comic. You should not talk about your damn job. I know motherfuckers that have been fired, comics that have been fired for their jobs about making jokes on stage. I know comics that this happened to. So I'm just saying, so you got to be careful where you do shit.
In states like Maryland, we're a no-call state, so they don't need to even tell you the reason. They can fire you for. So
is DC. They're at will state too.
Yeah.
DC at will, Virginia, I think at will, and Maryland at will.
Yeah, so it don't matter. So there you go. They don't even gotta tell you why. They can just be like, "Yeah, you gone." So yeah, you can't. I can't post shit about my job. And we have actual conferences and talks about that shit where they tell you, you know, you cannot at all.
Hey, I want to hear from Phil Page, please. I really want to hear from Phil because he's been silent, and I know he's got some shit to say. I want to hear it.
What?
Why do you do that, Damien? You just pick a random ass motherfucker and just be like, I want to hear from them. Shit, I want to hear from Chris Brown. Chris Brown, tell me how you feel about it. Go ahead.
You should have slapped her.
I mean, I already said what I was gonna say. You know, like I said, when I was working, I wouldn't, because like B said, motherfuckers can fire you. It seems simple to you, but motherfuckers can fire you just because of what you say, and they don't have to give a reason. Like I said, I never made jokes about my job, but I didn't like their ass, and I wanted to. Had a whole lot of shit about it, but I knew I could be fired at any minute if I did it. All it would take is somebody to see me and go back to our upper management and say, this motherfucker out on stage talking about us. Yeah. So I mean, that's the way of the real world. It is what it is.
I've seen people in the restaurant business get fired, and the people didn't even know their name. They was just like, they called me up, employee 3652, let them go immediately. I'm like, all right, now I gotta look up to find out who even the fuck that is. Who is the employee 3652? I have no idea. And then they don't tell me why either. You know what I'm saying? But sure enough, if I don't fire, my ass will be, the next phone call will be my number. I was worried it was my number half the time.
Oh shit, this me. Hey Beast, do you know your number?
For my company now? Yeah, absolutely. I know my number.
You know your employee number, so if they called you out, that number you'd be like, what the fuck?
Well, if it was me, first I'd give myself a huge raise, and then I ain't seen him in 2 weeks.
Real talk.
Yeah, I ain't seen him. Oh shit, you know what? He just took all his vacation leave. I can't fire until he get back.
and just so you know, for that reason, that's why I don't work for anyone, because I would be fired every day the first day I started. That's why I work for myself.
That's true.
Yes, thank you, Althea. Thank you.
Yep. So it's good that you work for yourself, because you can't fire yourself. Now, unless you're a ruthless son of a gun, you can fire yourself.
Right.
Well, times was so bad, I had to.
I fired my pregnant wife.
Hey, check it out. I'm giving myself a tip right now.
Whoa.
It's legal in Missouri. It's legal.
Is it?
Okay.
100%. I get shit delivered.
You want to what?
Silver liver.
No, and I give him a tip. I do.
Nah, nobody wants your tip, dog. I don't want it.
Yeah, we good.
Hey, wait a minute. Hey,
We
no,
good.
hey,
We good.
Since we're talking about tips, I used to try.
Damien no.
That means
Okay.
you put your tip in, they don't want it no more.
Okay, well, here's how I used to get strange when I was in my early 20s. I'm in my 50s now, but when I was in my early 20s, I'd be getting down on some girl and I'd be like, hey, just a tip. See if it feels right.
Oh, shit.
Never worked. Never fucking worked.
Yeah, see, you in my job, you'll definitely get fired for that joke.
Thank you. Thank you.
Some stuff they consider off-putting, off-color, they will let you go.
Yeah.
You can't
Okay.
be sexist, racist. You can't be nothingness. You just got to be neutral.
That's called an off pussy joke. So
you better not call a group of gay guys, gay women, you guys. You better not say that.
I had a time with the guy. I got to drive with people every once in a while. Somebody wants to do what we call a work with or with whatever. And this motherfucker would not take no for an answer when he kept on telling me he wanted to tell me a racist joke. I was like, no, I don't want to hear it. Like, I was just like what I am with Damien. I'm like, no, not at all. I don't want to hear your joke. And he just kept on, it's funny. My next door neighbor said it was great. I was like, nah. And as soon as he got out of the car, my next call was HR. I told him I will never work with him again. Don't put him in my car. Don't schedule him with me. None of that shit. Nah, man, I hate that shit. Don't think we friends. Just because we work together don't mean we friends in any mean. I don't want to hear none of your shit, none of your damn jokes.
That is an awesome point.
I'm gonna say something, and I'm not putting any names. I don't work anymore. I'm retired, so I can say a little bit. I worked for a Berkshire Hathaway company. Fill in the blanks. Said I was in a meeting with one of the richest men in the country, and this man told racist jokes all day long, and we had to sit there and take that shit. This is a well-known, Berkshire Hathaway, richest man in the country. Y'all can figure out who the fuck his name is. So anyway, yeah. So that motherfucker sat there and told racist jokes and shit. The white people we sat there and took that shit, and I was like, ain't this some shit? But it is what it is.
We had, and I'm not gonna say any names either. We had $1 billion company come in and do a marketing campaign, proposal. And in their proposal, they said, this is what we sell to the African American community. This is what we sell to the Asian community. This is what we sell to this. And I raised my hand because I was so upset. I was like, so you gonna tell me that y'all have it marketed down to whatever community you're gonna sell? They said, yeah. I said, cool. Where's the I almost said what the product was. Where's the gay community one? You know what I'm saying? Where's the community? Because this is crazy that you're gonna tell me you're not gonna sell this chip to black people. Like, I said chip. Anyway, you're not gonna sell this item to black people. But I was like, yo, and I went off, and they ended up taking up that shit off. They came back to me, apologized and shit, and then said that they would no longer do that presentation anymore, and blah blah blah. But I was upset. I refused to eat that product anymore after that. Right. Yeah, Brenda, it was crazy.
Brenda Brown saying something. Is that Brenda? Brenda, why you in the comments over there on the side? Is that Brenda saying all of that?
She's just talking about the shirt, baby. She's letting people know where to get the shirt.
Oh, I thought she was talking about what you, because I can't read it all.
Nah. I'm pretty sure.
What happened?
Well, she's trying to get more people to come watch the show. She's helping you out. She sent a bunch of people basically.
I want to hear
before you get upset. Before you start getting upset, I'm letting you know what she was doing.
Lamont, tell your story, Lamont.
Oh, about the.
I already bounce out of here. I'll holler at y'all later.
All right, take it.
Hey, Phil, you want to hit me up later just to make sure? I mean,
yeah, I'll hit you up
at 6. I'll send out the.
Yeah, I'll hit you up as soon as I get out of this meeting. All right, later.
So just wanted to remind you because some people forget. So.
Nah, I got you, babe. I got you.
All right, appreciate it.
Go ahead.
All right, and I gotta leave in like 5 minutes, but I'll tell this quick. So I was at a restaurant. I was with a group from church, It was the evening. Anyway, so we had this waitress. I don't know if she was new or just was having problems or whatever, but like the whole night she was making mistakes, right? And I didn't really notice. I wasn't paying that much attention because I was with the group. But she at the end of the night, she started bringing us our checks. And first of all, she brought me a check for like 3 people. And so I'm like, oh, you got to divide this up. I'm just paying for me. And she's like, oh, okay. So she divides the check, and then she comes back, and now it's just my food, but also like she added a brownie. And I was like, oh, I didn't have a brownie. Like no one at the table had a brownie. I was like, could you just correct it? She goes and comes back, and now it's 2 brownies. And then I'm like, okay, you're going the wrong way. It needs to be 0 brownies. So like, there's 2 less. Make it less. If we go back to 1, that's progress. And then so she goes back. She brings it back, and now it's 2 brownies and ice cream. And I'm like, is this like, am I on the show? Like, is this like a joke? Like, did they put you up to this? And she's like, I'm sorry, I'll correct it. And then she takes it back, and she takes the ice cream off. She takes the brownies off, and now there's apple pie. And at that point, I just like handed it. She looked at me, and I mean, she handed me the ticket, and I was just like, I just cracked up. I was just like, like I laughed for like a good 3 or 4 minutes, like hard, like I was crying. And like when I stopped, like my friends would start like slapping me, and like she had walked off, and she was like standing in the corner by the like cash register, and she was sobbing. But I wasn't trying to hurt her. It was just like, how many times like can you mess up that bad? And it wasn't one mistake. And she wasn't getting closer. She just kept getting farther and farther away. I mean, it almost seemed like it had to be on purpose. But yeah, so I mean, I made her cry like hard, but it wasn't on purpose. She was just that bad. So
or she was that trained, or she was not trained properly. That could have been the issue too.
Well, that's possible.
To me.
Okay, here's the thing. She could read, right? So if she could read before she walked back out with that ticket, she could look and be like, oh, wait a minute. I was supposed to try again, get some help. Don't just like press some buttons. Don't look at the ticket and walk out and be like, I guess. Good luck.
No, I feel you. I just feel bad for the people like that. When she crying, I mean, shit. I mean, so I've been to restaurants where that person was just clearly not trained. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times they're so short-staffed, and a lot of times you have bad management, once again, where they just throw a person out there. She might not know how to move that shit. She might have been trying to move it, don't even have an idea, but she should have got somebody to help her. But then
she should have read it.
Yeah, that too. I agree with you.
I mean, that's the thing. Common sense, like you can look at it and be like it's wrong. It's not like I'm in a hurry. It's not like if you don't get me my bill in 32 seconds, I'm gonna punch you in the face. Like that's not there. It's not those kind of rules. This isn't like Saudi Arabia or whatever. So go ahead and take a couple extra seconds.
Just
look at it.
Just to read the bill. I got you.
Yes, I'm saying just read it. Like just like basic effort. Unless she didn't know how to read, but then I don't know how she put anything in if she couldn't read. So,
shit. Hey.
All right, I got to go, guys. For now, anyway. I'll see if you guys are on later. But thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
All right. I'll see you later, Althea. Send me that address.
There you go. Let's go. Don't be kidding. She need that. Go ahead. Give it to her. She got some hips like she used to. You know what I'm saying? Her back ain't been working the same since somebody broke it. You need to go out there and break that thing down for her. Yeah,
give her a chiropractic.
Yeah. Have her read a receipt while you hitting it from the back. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh.
It might help her. It might help her eyesight.
Having a basic day.
All right. I'll see y'all later.
Bye. B, she gonna run. If anybody was a suitor, was interested in me, you ran them off.
How I run them off? I gave him advice.
Read a receipt while you hit it from the back.
Yeah. That way you
two apple pies.
That's working.
Two apple pies.
Hey, make them angry. Be like one brownie.
Not in the brownie. Not in the brownie. No, we don't.
Oh shit!
We
All
don't do
right.
the
Well,
brownie.
hey,
Wait a minute. That's why we know Lamont loves you, Althea. He wants the brownie. He wants 2 brownies. He just said it.
No, he said
2
he
brownies
wants
and
apple
ice
pie.
cream and some
No,
apple
he
pie.
y'all don't be messing it up with my boo. That's why Tommy left me. Tommy couldn't deal with the beast and his side profile like Alfred Hitchcock. So
Don't blame that on me. I've been trying to get you back with Ting Ting for months, man.
She said that's why Tommy left. He couldn't deal with the profile. Oh man, you guys are funny.
Anybody got any announcements? Oh, I got one announcement. Effective immediately. The thing with Zell's, we're disassociated from that. Wendy Coleman told me this morning.
I will.
A lot of times these restaurants and these venues don't keep up with their promise, or they expect so much for so little. I don't know which way it went mixed up, but they didn't do what they said they was going to do, and we couldn't do what we was going to do. If you say, hey, I'm going to give you a budget, then you give the budget and let us go out and do what we're supposed to do. Let us handle things. You can't micromanage every little thing that you're doing. Then that's not you giving the people that you hired thinking that they're competent enough to do what it is that they do. Let us do what we know how to do. If you go to micromanagement and keep changing up everything, that interferes with our work and our production. And especially when you're not putting out the funds like you say you are, or you say that we got this to use, this and this and that, and then come find out you don't. How we gonna pay for this and this and that? I don't know. Wait a minute. you just said you got the budget for this. Then to get time to the invoice time, I ain't got no money for that. Then you don't have no service. You don't have no business.
Am I the only person hearing gospel in the background? Or am I tripping?
No. That's okay. But
I think if you go to the places that you want to go to and eat, you should know what you're going to get and what you're going to pay and what the experience is going to be.
You don't. But you don't.
No, I know I'm not tripping.
Now it's
Everybody
gone.
got their own conversation right now.
So
that's because we're trying to get over an awkward moment, because Althea just said, she was taking something to the back to shoot it, and so we was all giving it a moment of peace. That's what we was doing. Rest in
So
peace.
that was the gospel music that I was hearing.
Yeah,
I'm hearing it too.
Yeah.
I thought I'm tripping.
That was the rest in peace moment for Zell.
You
we wish them the best of luck out there. Hopefully they can find what they're looking for. And so, I do have an announcement. I'll fill in because I just love talking about my show. Y'all did a flipping amazing. And another 5 t-shirts went out the door. Actually, a hoodie and the rest of t-shirts that are being bought. Yes, that one right there. The Let Me Finish statement.
Let me finish.
Yes, the Let Me Finish statement tee wore by the Beast one. So shout out to you, Beast. Thank you guys for getting this shirt. I know like a lot of people will say like it's narcissism, but really I don't know whose lips those are. So that's not really my face. It's close enough, but it's just I don't know whose lips those are.
Wait a minute. You said that's not your face.
No, that is my face, but the lips. The
She
lips
sent
are
me
not
the
my
photo.
face.
I just had them printed.
Yeah, it's an AI generated photo, and this is what Facebook tells me I should look like with an afro. So I don't know. It found some awesome lips from somewhere, and this is the photo. But the statement is still the same. It's people out here fighting for their life. They don't really have time to fight for money to pay their bills. I get $5 per t-shirt sold or hoodie or whatever you purchase, and that goes to helping some good people kind of stay on the up and up, you know, while they're fighting their way through these awful situations. So get yours today. The link is in the chat for this video that Althea just yelled at me about. So you guys can place market right there. Yep. And those are all the people on my list. So shout out to all of these people because eventually they will get over here to look at the Morning Max show. Yeah, just click on that link and order yours today and make a statement tomorrow. This is a limited run shirt. And yesterday I thought it was more limited than it was because the website went down for a second. And I was like, well, shoot. Beast and them gonna have a collectible because those are the only
I
shirts
didn't know it was on a Brenda. I didn't know it was on a timer. I had no idea it was on a timer.
But this is a limited run. It's 250 pieces, and once they are gone, and we'll start over with something else awesome.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Now this week we got a show coming up. Lee, tell them what's happening on October the 11th. Wait a minute.
Oh,
Is that the right
yeah.
date?
Oh, yeah. We got when PMS meets PSTD. I think at least 3 of these ladies got kids, so you know they got PTSD. So, yeah, and I know 3 of them. If they don't even have a dog, they got PTSD. So they coming, and you talking from the DMV to PA. They here.
Awesome.
They here.
They out here.
It'll be awesome.
Yes, it's gonna be awesome. We gonna watch some shit be pulled out and the titty juice, and we gonna
oh boy,
we gonna be doing some. I can't even pronounce the word ostendance or whatever she be saying.
Hoshkinets.
Hoshkinets.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Shaquan Williams.
Yes, yeah,
Hoshkinets.
coming straight out of PA. She just came out of a sold out show in Pittsburgh on the news. She's big right now. Sold out big old what is it? 500, 600 people show on KDKA News, and her and oh my goodness. What is his name? What's his name out there? Stephon Braxton.
Stephon Braxton.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Stephon Braxton.
Yeah, he put it all together for him, got her up there. They're gonna do some more come September. So, but no, she's gonna grace us with her.
November or December. September gone.
I mean November. She's going back out in November. So she's a rising star in the PA area. Brenda Joy, she's a veteran. You know, she's a psychologist. She's going to kind of sort of mess our minds up. I know she is because she's quirky like that. But she's good. But then we got plain old D-Lo. Straight from the heart. Maryland. Baltimore's finest. She's got a 7 show at the Improv this weekend, all the way up till next week. But she's going to be doing 2 shows at the Improv Friday, and right after that, she's coming straight to me on King Street, Alexandria. So y'all just be ready because we getting ready to have some fun.
And some funny.
Right.
And
then right after
tonight,
that,
mentality. Tonight.
Tonight. That's right.
That's right. Tonight I got Philip Page. He'll be joining me along with his friend talking about Street Line and also talking about gun violence in the DMV area. So we're gonna talk about all those issues. Join me, the Beast One. And somewhere in there I'm gonna work Let Me Finish. Don't worry. I'm gonna throw that in there and wear the shirt.
Buy the t-shirt.
And wearing the shirt. But you can definitely follow us. Watch tonight at 7:00. We'll be live on Instagram and Facebook at dad_mentality. And you can check it out. Me, Coach, and Matty Ice. We're gonna have a good time with Philip and his partner. I think his name is Keith.
Ricky Bryant. We gonna be there.
Yeah, we'll be there tonight. They're not gonna, They're not gonna forget like Funny Man Green did about me. So I appreciate that, and we're gonna have a good time and talk
Wait a
about
minute. Hold on. At least he won. At least he got first place. So
not in my heart. Not in my heart. He did. I understand he just get me back from all the jokes. I get it. All right, it's okay. But my man Phil Page we're gonna have a good time on there.
Yeah, we're gonna rock out.
Talk about comedy and growing, and we're gonna talk about a bunch of stuff and have a good time.
Yes, 18% gratuity. Talk about that too.
I don't know about that.
I did Tuesday. What we got Tuesday, Brenda?
Oh, the next prize match. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun. Got to give my own sound effects. That's okay. The Sauce in the City Super Comedy Game Show. Our next prize match is Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 6 p.m. for all you folks in the middle in the Central. This is going to be a monumental occasion because we will be dropping 5 from the Cosmic Comedy Game Show League, and we will be dealing with our top 9. And let me just say, most of them was on the recap episode last night, and funny stuff. We are about to light the stage on fire. Actually, the screen. The stage is in December. But follow us. This is going to be a journey you guys do not want to forget. And most importantly, put your $5 in. Sponsor one of these awesome folks. Shout out and congratulations to Phil. You won a prize match last night. So congratulations to you, and congratulations.
Damn, I won something? Uh-oh.
Yeah, you won something. You won on the second spin. Thea had 2 spins on the wheel, and you won something on that second one. So this is the only show on the internet or anywhere where if your sponsored comedians win, you have the chance to win too.
That's right.
And then October 12th, I think that's the last one, right?
Oh yeah. Aberdeen. The fish fry. The fish fry.
Yes, the fish fry in Aberdeen, Maryland. I don't have the flag in front of me. Oh, there we go. DJ Beatman Presents. Shout out to him. October 12th, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Hosted by Poppy the Bear. Headliner is Kobe Jack. Phil Page, our very own, is in the house. JoJo Baby. Althea McFarland. Gonna be out there duking it up and pulling stuff out. Rapper It's Giddy. Blue Hef. See, I got him in. I finally learned. And this is the Aberdeen Comedy Jam after party and fish fry. We shout out Miss Dreads. Hope everything is well and you're doing the do. The after party and fish fry, the music by DJ Jizzle, and the tickets are $30. And I can't see after that.
Hey, you got it all covered. Sounds like
you got it all.
So we got a busy week this week, guys. Starting with tonight, Dad's Mentality. Tuesday, Sauce to the City. Wednesday, Bar 919. Thursday, I don't know yet. Friday, Galactic Panther. Saturday, Aberdeen, Maryland. We got something coming for y'all. And unfortunately, now I gotta end the show because I gotta get some victuals and some libations. I gotta go. My mom's taking me to Costco so I can get my water and stuff that I need to sustain myself.
To sustain her youthfulness and her childlike.
And more allergy medicine.
Galactic Panther is right there. Friday night is the drag show. Y'all get in on it. Looks like a good show. If I was there in DC, I was November 8th. Oh, that's November 8th.
Mama.
That's Friday night show right there.
That's Friday night show.
Hey, I'm gonna see if me and Vicky might be able to come to that show. Try to get there.
Swam with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes.
Laugh till it hurts. Nemo the late Bullimer. Shout out to him for being a good sport last night because I needed a seat. So shout out. Oh, shout out to us. Sauce in the City presents, of course, the Ebony and Ivory is the free dinner show, y'all. Phil Page and Damian Seaman right here. And get your shirt because I would love to see you guys wearing it at this show and in Las Vegas.